What's up, guys? Dan Illis here. I'm going to show you around our 4-unit new build project. Finally done all 4 units. I still have 1 vacant, so I'm going to take this opportunity to kind of show you around the property and how we got to this point. So first thing I'll show you is the building itself. So we built a pair of semi-detached houses here on a vacant piece of land, and the way we were able to get this vacant piece of land is see these 2 white houses here. They were actually owned by myself and my parents, and we were able to subdivide or sever off their backyards to get 2 vacant building lots. Now, this isn't a traditional 4-plex. This is actually 2 duplexes. They are addressed separately. Could be held individually. I could sell one. I could hold one. There's lots of options there. So I'm going to go show you the vacant unit that we recently finished. Now, one thing you'll see right away is this massive retaining wall. This was very challenging and very expensive to do. If I could offer one piece of advice to you, it would be do your next build on a flat piece of land if you possibly can, although it does look pretty nice. So I'm going to show you inside now. So this is our basement unit. The last one's still vacant. We got every other unit rented out and this tenant moves in shortly. So a little bit about this unit. So what this unit is, it's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath basement unit. One thing really unique about this unit, and you can kind of see it here, is we did the ceilings at 9'3", so it's a really nice tall basement. But as you can see, with the rest of the ceiling here, we lost a fair bit of height due to HVAC work. Now, that was all planned, and that was partly why we wanted to do the 9-foot ceilings, with the understanding that there were going to be bulkheads and we would lose some of that height. So this is the 1-bedroom. This is the larger of the bedrooms. We put nice big egress windows throughout. We went a little above and beyond with the window requirements, but I think it'll be appreciated by the tenants with how much extra light comes in. And if there ever were an emergency, I certainly feel better knowing that there are 4 points of egress if we count the door as well. So we actually did a 2nd bedroom here. This bedroom's rather small. Definitely debated between doing a room or 2, and ultimately we landed on 2. Even with the small rooms, I think the rental income will be a fair bit better. And you know what, with the whole work at home thing right now, we actually had a lot of people come through looking to take the larger bedroom for themselves and use the other bedroom for an office. So that was something we had to put a little bit of thought to. So in this smaller bedroom, we used the under the stairs area to become the closet for this bedroom, which I think is going to work out really nice. So with the kitchen here, pretty standard kitchen, all your typical appliances, nothing real fancy to note. Did a nice big breakfast bar here. One thing that was really nice that I was fairly adamant on getting was this coat closet. So I really had to stretch things to fit in this little closet, but I know me personally, I'd want the coat closet, so I'm going to assume any tenants would as well. So we actually got a decent sized bathroom in here. So that's not a full size shower pan. It's 54 inches, but plenty big enough for any grown adult. And one thing else that worked out nicely is behind my coat closet, I was able to get some linen shelf space. So that ended up working out rather well. So this is the utility room, and this is where things get interesting in this build. So all 4 units in here in this building have their own electric panel. They have their own washer and dryer. They have their own furnace and completely separate ductwork, which is important, right? Because if you are sharing ductwork throughout a building, you're going to have smells transfer. You're going to have a lot of noise transfer. If you can completely cut that off and do your ductwork completely independently, you're going to certainly have less complaints from your tenants over the years. One other thing that's interesting in Ontario here is we're required to do these HRV units. So what these do is they bring in fresh air from the outside and cycle out the stale air. They're particularly useful kind of in the winter and colder months. All 4 of our units have one of these as well, and they are also, as you can see here, tied into the ductwork. So one really interesting thing, and if you've been following me for a little while, you'll know that I have a small company that provides water sub-metering for multifamily properties. And of course, I put that in my own property. So I'm going to show you a little bit about what that actually is. So in the utility room here, I actually have 2 sub-meters. So one for the upstairs unit, one for the lower. And then in the other semi-detached house, it looks very similar to this. There's one upper and one lower. Now, the one thing I would recommend to anyone doing a multifamily build, whether you're going to sub-meter it or not, is to plumb it in a manner that separates the plumbing and allows you to have shut-off valves like these ones here. So that way, if there's ever an issue in any of the units, you can shut off the water to one unit without affecting the other unit. And equally important is we've got drain lines for each unit. So if you ever had to do repair work in one of the units, you can drain the water without affecting the other one. So if the plumbers here did a really nice, neat job. So as you can see, there's one supply line that goes upstairs, and then there's a hot and cold supply line for this lower unit. And every single one of these units has its own water heater. So because each unit has its own water heater, we're able to just track the cold water for each of the units. If you have a single hot water source for multiple units, you can still sub-meter water, but you're going to have to separate and track both the hot and the cold if you want to do it properly. So that's pretty much everything involved with this unit. As you can see, nice high 9-foot ceilings wherever we didn't have the bulkheads. And yeah, I think it's going to make a really great rental for a young professional, which is kind of who we're seeking out here. And yeah, just wanted to show you the last available unit in this ground up construction. It's a huge undertaking. It's nice to see it finally finished, and looking forward to doing more. Cheers.